Let's talk about everything that we use in our morning basket.
Let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
So we do our morning time over breakfast. We're typically eating breakfast somewhere around 7:30 or 8 in the morning. And there's a couple different things that we do. I have a bunch of stuff with me at all times. I've got this giant basket of goodies, and I'm gonna talk through what all is in here and how we utilize that. So to start our morning time, I start by playing a song, and we are going through Heritage Hymns, Volume 1. I'm playing a hymn at the beginning of breakfast time, and currently we are in week 1 of school, so we're going through Amazing Grace. And so each morning we will go through and we will listen to a version of Amazing Grace, and that is how we start our morning time. So that is a very fun thing that we've been doing at the beginning of morning time. If you guys have not seen any of my other homeschooling videos, we are using the Gentle and Classical Press preschool this year for my 4-year-old's pre-K year. It is very fun. I have all the resources that we need, and we don't necessarily use every single one every day, but I have them right here on hand. Each one is broken up into units. So, and each unit has a grid, so it tells you what to go through Monday through Friday. And so I have that here in my basket, so I know what we're gonna be going through each day, so I can pull the resources that I need that are in my basket when I need to. So we are on unit 1 because we are in week 1 of homeschool, and we're going through this book called Last Stop on Market Street. Each book correlates with a different letter of the week since we're learning the alphabet right now. So we read this book 3 days a week. Another thing that we do every single day during our morning time is read our Bible. We have a couple different kids' Bibles, but I find that my kids' attention span is really gravitated towards this because there's beautiful pictures and the stories aren't overly meaty. So we are going through the complete illustrated children's Bible, and we just do 1 story a day during our morning time. Another book that we're going through with the Gentle and Classical Preschool program is Big Truths for Little Kids. This we read 1 chapter per week. So this week we went through chapter 1. This has really good stories in it, and then really good probing questions to see what all your child retained throughout the story. Another book that we go through 1 day a week is Big Thoughts for Little People, the ABCs to Help You Grow. Now this is super fun because each story correlates with a letter. So because our letter of the week is L this week, we turn to the page L, and we are learning about how L is for lying. So this is a really good book that we go through 1 day a week. Another book that I have on hand is this cute book, The Llama Who Had No Pajama. There are a bunch of cute poems in here, and with the Gentle and Classical Preschool program, we are going and reading a poem 3 days a week. So I have this on hand so that we can go through and read our poem. I'm going to talk about what's behind me. So this is our memory statement board, and we go through this every single morning. During the weekend, we tuck it away and we put it in our homeschool/playroom. And during the week, we keep this right here in the kitchen with us. So every single morning, we are going through things like our catechism, our virtue or character that we're going through, our Bible memory verse, our math, our nursery rhyme for the week. We also have our letter of the week, and right now we're learning about different colors. We also have manners and hygiene, all about me. This is another showcase of the book that we're going through, and then it has what poetry we're going through with that Llama with No Pajama book. A couple other things that you'll see on this board is our art of the week. So we're incorporating artist and music studies. Currently we're learning about Van Gogh. Another thing that you'll see on our memory statement board is our nature study cards. So we're doing the Gentle and Classical Nature Volume 1, which is all about inland waterways and forests. So I have those items right here. This unit we're learning all about amphibians and how this card, it'll say tadpoles turn into froglets, then into frogs. And we actually have those words in Spanish as well. So we can practice all of that. But we go through all of those memory statements every single day, and we have resources for the nature program that I'm going to talk about next that we have in our basket. So with the nature program, we're only doing this 1 day a week, but I have the resources with me here in my basket at all times. So I'll talk about what I have with me. There are 18 units for the Volume 1 program, and I am spreading those across between 2 weeks. So we're going through Unit 1 for 2 weeks since we have the 2 days. And so we have reading material here. So during the morning time, we'll learn about the either plant, tree, or animal that we are going through. And so I read to the kids about amphibians, and we're talking about frogs right now. And then there is a little pictorial of the frog life cycle, and then there is an introduction to the wildflower that we are learning about right now, which is the milkweed. So we went through and we read everything about the milkweed, and then we actually went outside later on in the day and tried to locate some milkweed and try and see if we could find some caterpillars on the leaves. So I have this in here with me so that we can start reading about our materials 1 day a week. And then I also have the books that are associated with the program. We are going through this book, Frog and Toad Storybook Treasury. I actually bought the planning grids for the nature program, so it shows exactly what we should be going through, which days that we are working on our science. And this is a really fun book. The kids love it. Another book that we go through during the nature program is Over and Under the Pond in Term 1. There's a couple different books that we're going to be going through throughout the year, but for Term 1, this is a book that we are reading through. The last items that I have in my basket are these September & Co. character cards. Currently, to tie in with the character that we're doing in the Gentle and Classical, we're talking about patience, and we're going to be talking about that for a couple weeks. So I found the patience card that September & Co. has. It has the definition of what patience is, what the opposite of patience is, and then telling you how can I be more patient. And then there's a Bible verse associated with that. So we read through this every day so that we can truly get a better understanding of the character trait that we're trying to learn. And that's what we do during our morning time. It is a very relaxed morning time. The kids are eating breakfast. They're very happy and content with their food, and they're much more able to sit and listen to my stories while they're eating. So that is all that we accomplish during our morning time. We wrap up the morning time somewhere between 8:30 and 9, depending on when we started breakfast. And then the kids will go off and play. I'll clean up a little bit, probably snack a little bit more of my own breakfast at that time, and they will run off and play, and then from there we'll get dressed and we'll start the rest of our school day. So that is what we have going on in our morning basket. If you guys have any questions on what we go through during our morning time or any of the resources, please drop those questions in the comments. I'll try to link some things in the description below for you. And be sure, if you haven't, to subscribe and turn on that notifications bell so you don't miss any new videos. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.